Hello once again to Heart, where we talk about video games, movies, and anime. And I haven't talked about anything in a while, and I just went to see today's topic of interest, Godzilla X King Kong New Empire. There's not really that many things, like negative things about the movie that I even really want to bring up. I could talk about, I'm kind of debating how much I want to talk about specifics of the movie, but more I want to talk about, I don't know, some of the advertising around the movie and how you get what you expect. It's a monster film, monsters fighting each other. Boom boom, it's pretty fun. But I still think the way it was advertised was kind of weird and a little bit just like a little bit misleading, oddly enough. But I'll get to that in a second. So when you don't have to deal with the humans too much, it's pretty fun. I think this movie only takes place over a couple days, maybe. I really don't know how long the travel time takes. It's not that clear. But let's just say this is like a day, like one day, which I could believe. If they said, yeah, this all takes place in one day, I would believe that. But let's just say it does, then this is like the best day ever for Godzilla. He just goes around killing kaijus, just fucking body slamming them. He takes a nap in like the Roman Colosseum twice. He goes like Super Saiyan pink or whatever. I don't know what it's actually called. Like Godzilla basically just travels to a bunch of different countries, fucking up kaijus, taking big naps, getting bigger, fighting more stuff. That's just Godzilla's whole runtime of the whole movie. He's not even in the movie for that much, but every scene he's just throwing fists. Mainly, actually, he's just tackling everyone. Like he just full on body slams King Kong at one point. I actually think it's called something else, but he just picks him up over his shoulder and just slams him. It's so cool. And even when the humans kind of interrupt that stuff, specifically Godzilla's stuff, with just them talking or whatever, explaining what's going on, which they really don't need to be doing because you can figure it out, but they just tell you exactly what Godzilla's doing, why he's doing these things, even though you could have figured it out. This whole movie could have been literally just King Kong and Godzilla and that's it, and like not even that much dialogue. And it could have actually just been like really good. But now the humans have to lore dump on you and just exposition drop on you. They just talk. That's pretty much the whole reason that they're there. They don't even really come into contact that much with Godzilla and King Kong. The only thing that they do is give King Kong a gauntlet hand, which is like all over the trailers and stuff. Which kind of, I guess, can lead me into the talking about the promotional stuff about this movie, is that they have like a buddy cop relationship. This is like a buddy cop film with King Kong and Godzilla. They don't have to like each other. They just have to work together, which I think they even say that in the movie. But it's kind of not that at all. Like it's that for like 10 minutes. Or like 20 minutes maybe at the very end. Whole entire movie building up to that is not that. It's not that at all. Actually, the whole time building up to that, they keep talking about how, because kind of random, but King Kong is in Hollow Earth. So he's basically just in like another Earth inside of the Earth, let's just say. I don't even know. The Earth's hollow, he's in it. It's like a massive jungle. Let's just go with that. He's there, he's all alone, and they keep saying how, well, if Kong comes back up to Earth, Godzilla's gonna sense him and just want to beat the shit out of him. And they say it so many times. So many times. And then King Kong does, and then Godzilla, he's napping in the bottom of the ocean at that time after killing another kaiju, and now he comes out, evolves into pink Godzilla, and is like, I smell monkey, just starts fucking going towards monkey like crazy. They like kind of fight a little bit, and then another kaiju shows up, which is a part of like a subplot that is just, I don't know, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's like just a reason to have the humans there, basically. Yeah. Which is basically just like one of the children. Kid becomes the chosen one for these people who live in Hollow Earth, and then they summon another kaiju, essentially, to help. That's like the goal anyways. But yeah, so they only really work together at the very end, which is fine. But I just thought it was going to be for like the whole movie. There's going to be, I don't know. I just thought it'd be worked together for a lot longer. Maybe not the whole movie, but just for a lot longer. I did think that there would be some sort of, I don't know, just more of a story between them, I guess. Like, I guess they already did it in the other movies, but in this movie, like they literally just meet up, fight, and then leave. And it's like, oh, I kind of thought there'd be more than that because they advertise it to be more, and it's not. They even say that there's like an uninterrupted like 8-minute monster fight sequence, and it's 100% interrupted. There's like a whole minute in between, or a whole like 2 minutes of just like them falling and then reappearing somewhere else, being like, oh, we're here now, and then kind of start fighting again. Big chunk of time. Yeah, I was just confused at some of those things, and which doesn't really mean anything because I still had a lot of fun during the movie. Like, I know I explained Godzilla's kind of whole adventure in this movie basically just goes beats the shit out of other kaijus, has a couple naps, calls it a day, where King Kong has a much opposite adventure, like probably one of the worst days of his life. All also good because it's even said in like the human part, it's like on the news reporter's like, and King Kong's in Hollow Earth, all alone by himself, all alone, and you're like, monkey's sad. And he is sad. And then he finds other monkeys. They try to beat the shit out of him. So it makes him more sad. Then he finds King Monkey. And then the humans just fucking explain more shit, which is annoying. Shut up, humans. Then, big fight. And that's the fight where you get to kind of, I think his name is Scar. Lanky Kong is what we are going to call him. Is the villain, basically. And he's got help as well. But I didn't really know about the help too much, so I'm not going to spoil it. But there's more, and it's pretty cool. And it adds a fun, little dynamic to the ending part, where it basically ends up being a 2v2, and it's really funny. It's really funny. That end fight is pretty fun. They fight with no context. Like, listen to this ending fight, no context, okay? Godzilla, or King Kong, springboarding off of Godzilla into the air in slow-mo. You have this other monkey jumping off of his partner into the air. They're in slow-mo in the air like this, about to clash. You have Godzilla and then other thingy running towards each other. What I didn't like about the Hollow Earth things, all the sizing, it feels weird. They don't feel like they're huge monsters. They just feel like kind of normal. Anyways, normal monsters. Doesn't mean. Anyways, they're all about to clash separately in slow-mo. And then two pyramids made of crystals do a tip. They dock a little bit. And then once they clash, it goes into zero gravity. And the fight just becomes zero gravity for like 2 or 3 minutes. And it's fucking awesome. Godzilla just knows he's just swimming around like it's like water. Just beating. And like, that's fun because it's ridiculous. Like, King Kong has a part that's also ridiculous where he like beats up a bunch of monkeys just with another monkey. He just uses a monkey as a fucking flail, basically. It's so funny. So like, the movie's really fun. It just obviously has those weird flaws of when the humans come in and just start annoying, you're like, shut up, stop it. And also, I do think the fighting like could have been better. Even though it was still fun, I think that ending part like could have been better. I thought it was gonna turn into like the villain getting jumped kinda, and it kind of was, but I just wanted more. I guess genuinely because of the advertising, because they just hyped it up so much, saying that there's gonna be a lot of just fighting where the monsters are gonna speak for themselves, and it's true, there is that, but it just hyped it up a lot for me. And really, the only reason why I actually wanted to talk about it is because I brought it up at work, and my friend said, well, was it worth seeing in theaters? And I kind of was like no, I guess not. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just my friend and I like going to the movies. It's a thing that we do. We really enjoy going and just shoving popcorn in our faces and enjoying a fucking fun movie. And that's exactly what we did. I want to name another thing about it that's stupid. That is just not like, there's this character who's like, I've been in other of these MonsterVerse movies, and he has like a podcast. The main character goes to his apartment and is like, I need your help. And he's like, remember when we did this in the last movie? Like, he's just one of those characters to like remind you of what he's about. And he ends up going with them. They go into this Hollow Earth. He's bringing his camera. He's recording all this stuff that he's seeing, all this like new stuff they're finding. Then you have this other guy who's with them, who's like literally Prince Charming. He's just Steve Irwin. That's just what he is. He's just perfect. And he's like, you shouldn't record them, man, because put all this stuff on the internet, then what's going to happen? People are going to come down here. There's going to be news reporters and stuff. Even though, like, people know about this space in the earth, they just don't know about the new things they're finding there. And the guy's response is, well, when I showed all those videos about King Kong and Godzilla, like, no one believed me. So they're going to believe me this time. It's like, why wouldn't they believe you? This stuff's on the news. And like, they show video of King Kong and Godzilla. Like, and there's real things, like, just look outside. If you're in Rome, you got fucking Godzilla outside of your door, dude. And it's already believable stuff. It's just that little weird subplot there with him made no sense, and then it went nowhere. It just ends right there. That's it. That's just it. You don't know what he does with that, and yeah, that's just doop. That was at least funny, where I just was like, yeah, they really just didn't care about that. They just needed something to give a little cushion to what was going on. It's a fun movie though. Like, I'd watch it again. It actually makes me want to go back and watch the other Godzilla and Kong movies, because I do think that the fight scene with Godzilla and Kong, I don't remember where it is. I don't know, where it's all bright neon lights and where he first gets where I think King Kong first gets the axe. Like, that's a sick fight. That's a really good fight. So it makes me want to go back and watch some of those movies. I think it'd be fun. I had a lot of fun. It's a good time. I don't want to give it a rating. I don't want to give things a rating anymore. I've said it in the past couple of my little rating videos, and I guess like I'm either going to like it or I don't like it. I don't even understand my own number system when I go back and look. I'm like, what am I doing? What number? This doesn't deserve 90 whatever, in my brain. So I'm like, I like it, don't like it. Let's just make it simpler. So this, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Want to shove some popcorn in your face and see Godzilla just dummy everything in its path. Fun movie. All right, well, now I'm going to record some anime ones because I've watched a bunch of anime and haven't talked about it either. So get ready for some anime reviews. But until then, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Godzilla Supreme.